Brian, you are about to see your first taste at Envizion of MadBash Wrestling. We got Jay Silva making his way to the ring, the challenger here. Of course, going up against our first champion, Cutler the Conqueror, Chris Cutler.
Yes, it's Jay Silva's debut for Envizion Wrestling. Long time coming working with this guy. There he is, the high six over there. Yeah, Jay Silva, that handsome fellow over there.
Nice shirt that he's wearing, by the way.
Yeah, Jay Silva making his debut finally for Envizion Wrestling. It's awesome to see him stepping into the ring, getting a challenge for the MadBash Championship. I'm looking forward to that.
I'm glad that I could facilitate this in some way. You know, when we first reached out, we were like, hey, we would love to defend our title. Let me find an opponent. And Jay Silva was the first one to come to me, and he's like, Dickie, I need this opportunity. And I'm not sure how many of you have had your eyes on social media, but, man, Jay Silva has been poking the bear.
Yeah, he's been a little meme master going into this title match.
Meme master's a good way to put it there.
Here he is.
The first ever MadBash Wrestling Champion. The first of his name, Chris Cutler, coming to that ring with the swagger that only Chris Cutler can.
Representing MadBash Wrestling, as you mentioned, first ever champion. How many successful defenses does he already have under his belt at this point?
I'm going to tell you right now who he has defeated on this road. He has defeated Clayton Clark, Aaron Atlas, The Luminary, Shank Barzini. That doesn't even include in the tournament to crown the champion. He defeated Dalton Davis, Colby Jack. He's left a path of names behind him that you could start a Hall of Fame with those names.
Yeah, this kid's on a roll early on in his wrestling career. Can't even vote in the next election. Already holding several titles in various promotions. Sky's the limit. But he's stepping in the ring with your new favorite, Jay Silva.
And you know, to that point that you just made, I don't want to say that we were the launching point, but it all started with the Ascend to the Throne victory as we see primetime Ollie Sharp holding up that MadBash Wrestling Championship.
Beautiful, beautiful design on that belt, by the way. I'm kind of a belt mark.
That's big blue right there, brother.
Good work on that one.
That's big blue, what we call it.
I got to say, I think Jay Silva would look real nice with that title wrapped around that waist.
I agree, and you know, speaking of waists,
I can see it.
Speaking of waists, that's a different person in the ring right now with Jay Silva than he was a year ago.
Oh yeah.
The physical transformation that this man has overtaken is bonkers in the best way. He's lean, he's mean, he is ready to come after Cutler with everything that he had. Just listen.
I definitely commend him on that accomplishment, that transformation, as you called it. We're going to see how that affects him in the ring. You know, he's got to. You think he'd have to possibly adjust his style a little bit with the change. We'll see how it comes into play.
You know, you got to talk about it. It's the elephant in the room, pun intended. We're talking about as he's starting off hot and heavy here with some hits on Cutler. And oh wow, I think Jay Silva just realized that maybe he needs to change. Oh, ducks under here. I think the speed is going to be the key to Jay Silva. Tries to float over a little bit. Gamagiri.
Yeah, as you mentioned,
got in mind here, running punk knee. That's
an innovative move right there.
The word innovative. Cannot remember the word. Catches it with, wow, look at this. But you know, this
jumping flatliner there by Jay Silva.
This is the point that I was going to be trying to make here, is that, you know, Silva has lost all of that weight. He's got to learn how to use his new body. He's got to learn that, you know, I'm not the 300-pound Jay Silva that I was anymore. I'm this leaner, meaner Jay Silva, and I'm going to use that to my advantage with my quickness.
Yeah, this would have been a much different match a year ago. You know, Jay Silva would have had the weight advantage at that point, but now, I don't know, you got to give it to Cutler. He's been definitely putting in hours at the gym.
Oh, boy.
I've been following Chris Cutler.
Jay Cutler's a former quarterback for the Chicago Bears.
Well, I've been following Chris Cutler since, around the time he first got started. I've actually been in the ring with Chris Cutler several occasions, and this kid, as you can see right now.
You just saw what happened. He hit Silva with that clubbing blow right upside the head. And no, come on. See, this is where I look at an athlete like Chris Cutler, and I'm proud to have him represent my brand. But then he does underhanded, egotistical tactics like this, and it's just like, man, come on. You're better than that, Cutler. But
he must just be hanging with the wrong crowds or something, because this kid could, I mean, he's got it all, but he's also got the attitude, which, I mean, it's working for him. I got to give him credit.
I'm gonna devil's advocate it here, Brian.
He's not losing a lot of matches, is what I'm saying.
I'm gonna devil's advocate all day. Look at Chris Cutler. If you looked like Chris Cutler and performed like Chris Cutler, you would have an ego too. Meanwhile, he is just picking Silva apart here. And then, okay, so Brian, here, you're going to learn something about me doing commentary with me. Anytime I say something, the complete opposite then happens.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll keep track of that.
As soon as I said that he was picking him apart, and then Silva kind of tried to come back. He got cut off, doesn't matter, but sends him off the rope. Oh, sends him into the buckle hard way.
That's another thing with Chris Cutler. You hardly have a breath to yourself when you're in the ring with him. He's constantly on top of you.
Oh, exploder suplex
Big
there.
overhead there. He's making this look easy.
Poor Silva. You know, this is his first match in, I believe, like 3 months.
All right, I see.
If I'm remembering the timeline here, correct me if I'm wrong.
Meanwhile, Cutler's been putting tons of work in the ring.
Well, I ran down the list of names that he's defeated just for the MadBash title. There's other people that he's defeated, you know what I mean?
And also in other promotions, you know, over at iWow, every Tuesday night, current champion there.
Won that belt the same night that he won the MadBash championship.
Got titles in different promotions.
Watch this.
He's all over.
The cardio of Chris Cutler, able to hit these rapid-fire leg drops, and then the fist drop, the forearm drop, rather.
Yeah.
1, 2. Kick it, 2.
He's taking them apart piece by piece.
That's what Cutler the Conqueror does. He picks a spot. He does not let up.
There's a reason why he's had so many successful defenses. He just doesn't stop. This kid's got stamina for days. Silva fighting back a little bit, coming back with some chops.
Trying to get something going here. Sends him off the ropes.
It's hard to get Cutler.
Oh, no.
Once he's on a
Northern
roll.
Lights.
There we are.
We're going to see the locomotion here.
Look at this. Strength.
Had to regrip, but it was just enough to send him over again.
That'd be it for me. Nope. Silva's got a little bit left.
But how much?
I think this crowd would love nothing more than to see a new champion in this match.
Well, I mean, you heard the reaction. They're so behind Silva. And how can you not be? We talked about it with Colby. We talked about it with Silva. They're the underdog here.
Really, I think Jay Silva just needs a little bit of a window, and this might be it.
This is the window. He's climbing in your window, snatching your Cutlers up.
Big swinging neck breaker right in the center of the ring. It's time to rally here.
And he's trying, but see, this is the mistake he's making here. You do not want to take too long. He needs to stay on Cutler. There you go. There was his opening, and he may have lost it here. Oh, eats the boot.
Keep going, Jay.
Don't wait for him to come to you. Come to him. Sends him into the buckle. Oh, comes off springboard, hooks him.
Ooh, laying him out with that DDT.
Single underhook DDT. 1, 2.
Shoulder up by the champion.
At what point, though? At what point is Silva going to look at this and realize I've just thrown almost everything I have at this guy, and he is still getting up? But that's the trick. You can't think that way. You have to stay on him. It's not over until that hand hits the mat for the 3rd time. Oh, going for a Sister Abigail, maybe. Spear!
Oh, my goodness.
Kick it, too. Not enough.
Wow, where is he pulling this from?
These guys are digging deep. They are in the trenches right now.
I got to say, I feel like the longer this match goes, the more it's going to benefit Cutler.
Well, like we said, the reps that Cutler has been putting in, cardio for days. Silva's got to not get in his head too much here.
He's got to do something here.
Oh, but wait a minute there. Look at the disrespect from Cutler. Oh.
Can't get too cocky there, kid.
Wait a minute. What's Silva doing? Is that... Is he an Indian deathlock?
I believe it's a Native American deathlock.
Native American deathlock here from Jay Silva.
Let's get those shoulders down. You got to be careful not to get counted there. Powered out of that one.
Wow, I did not expect to see that from Silva.
I don't know if I've ever seen Chris Cutler tap, so I'm not sure if I would go with the submission there. Oh my goodness.
Chaos control, chaos control. That's his move.
Come on, Jay. He's right there.
He's trying to crawl for the pin.
This crowd getting behind Silva.
Going for the
Looks
pin,
like
but oh, wait a minute, look.
Oh my,
The resiliency of Cutler with that overhead German.
Ooh, man, maybe playing possum there a little bit before hitting that.
Oh, he just called it.
Oh, this is
the Conqueror plex, but wait a minute. Oh, he almost a buster. 1, 2, still champion.
Oh, man.
The reign of the Conqueror.
What a match.
Continues.
Oh, you got to give Jay Silva credit, but
all the credit in the world. All the credit in the world.
This is what it comes to once again. Every time he's defended the MadBash title, it's ended like this.
You just heard it from Jeremy, our ring announcer. Long may he reign. That's the way that we treat this championship. It's almost as if it's royalty atop the throne. Chris Cutler ascended the throne, and any usurper that steps his way, he steps up so that he can sit them down. But again, props to Jay Silva here. He brought a hell of a fight to Cutler. Just wasn't enough.
Who is going to be the one to eventually dethrone the champion?
At this point, Brian, I don't know. I don't think anyone can. If he can keep performing like this, we might be looking at a forever champion.